committing onto the blocking the camp here against the Lycanthrope, because you got one ward to shut down the camp. You got two heroes on the sideline that could go into the jungle and send him out. I'm pretty sure Lycan right now would just make a mad dash towards the enemy jungle, in that sense that your jungle bush ward will be somewhat rendered useless. And having a trialing on the bottom really, I mean, I guess you're going to shut down Tinker, but aside from that, you're not going to get anything extra from shutting down a Lycan in jungle. Unless you know, he's going to keep staying here, which I don't think is the best of idea.
Yeah, he's actually not focusing the High Priest first. Normally you want to kill this healing creep first just to speed up your jungle a tiny bit, but not a big deal by any means. He's pretty unlucky with his creeps. You can actually kill the Wildkin, but you need 2 full sets of wolves to do it. It takes a really long time, and they don't give you that much EXP. The ideal large creep is actually the Troll Warlord, although in Dota 2 it summons skeletons when your wolves die, so that makes it a little bit harder. But I think he's got to go to the enemy jungle. He can kill the small camp one more time, but if he stays here, he's really not getting a whole lot accomplished.
Well, we'll see what he ends up doing. Meanwhile, on the top lane here, a whole bunch of stuff happening. Exclusive playing his Enigma 3 games in a row, soloing it this time around instead of jungling. He's going to get even more farm in this game. Meanwhile, Darkseer is just all over the place, skipping and whatnot. He's going to get his soul ring relatively soon. Back in the mid lane, come with me with his Lesh not going on the lightning build. Seems like it's going to be a diabolic edict.
Wow, Equal's already 9 and 6 on this lane, dominating Leshrac in terms of last hitting. He's going to go on the offensive here, though. Come with me, dropping the edict, dropping the stun. Oh, he gets sprouted just out of tower range. Let's take 1 tower shot. Equal still taking the edict damage. Oh my god, that was so close for both of them. Split Earth missing horribly. Courier going down somewhere. Oh, it actually died in the top lane. Zizao doing a little bit of a backstab there. Exclusive not microing the Courier properly against that surge.
Huge.
Yeah, that's is a huge. Big kill.
That's like half a tower, more than a half tower of gold.
Not only that, your mid doesn't get to use the Courier, although your mid is Furion, so that doesn't matter as much. But still, he doesn't want to have to walk back to base either this early on.
Alright, let's check out how we're doing in terms of the farm here. We have 11-7 on Equal, 11-9 on Exclusive, which is an Enigma player, and then 10-5 on Mantis. Seems like you're lasting a lot better as a team overall.
Yeah, the farm definitely seems to be going the way of the Dire so far. We're going to see another dive on the tower. The images are not tanky. Come with me. I think it can get turned around on first blood on Equal. And the tower changing focus, so come with me, going to live. Very aggressive, well played by him. One of the issues with Prophet, he can't TP out versus this Leshrac because there's the Split Earth. Fissure going to come out lucky, I guess, trying to go cut off the Leshrac. Not going to be able to do so. In terms of this bottom lane, it's very strong.
Actually, you can TP out against Lesh, because the way that Come With Me has been doing it is that he stuns first and then immediately runs into it. And I think if he chooses to TP immediately, he would actually make it out alive. It could be close, though. But that was not what he elected. He tried to summon some Treants and use the Treants to tank, but at that point, his HP was dropping just too much, and it didn't work out. Mantis is getting some free farm. He's got 2 in the orb, which is a completely standard build. Nothing to Leather Toxin, though. Going for Corrosive Skin. So worrying about survivability.
Zizao in a little bit of trouble, but in comes Leshrac as well. And Sprout doing a great job blocking her up, but Come With Me finds a path past it. Is getting Surge. He's going to miss the stun, but Edict doing so much damage. Equal in a lot of trouble here. Oh, he's actually going to be able to get away. This might get turned around momentarily. We're going to see a Malefice coming out. We're going to see a Sprout to follow. No, there's a Surge. Sprout is going to come out. Oh my god, Come With Me finally goes down. That was really unfortunate for Dignitas. I think they thought they had that. Exclusive's going to drop here. Zizao actually might be able to kill the Furion with another Surge. Equal going to have to juke like a boss right now, as it looks like there's no! Sprouts himself in. And that's going to be a double kill for the Darkseer. Leon had some trouble in the bottom lane as the action continues. Viper doing his best to harass. Of course, he's not anywhere near level 5, which is when Viper gets very scary, as his orb gets a 0-second cooldown. So this is one of the downsides of this Viper, is he's going to be really slow to hit level 5, level 6, and therefore not going to be able to get as many kills early on. Or at least I don't think he will. As I say that, I'm sure they'll dive this Tinker and pick up a kill immediately.
Back in the mid lane, Zamaj comes around trying to help the tower being pushed. There's a glyph being used and trying to still destroy the tower. I think with the Treants and the creeps coming around, Furion will be able to defend this. But back on the spot lane, because the Dire is not getting too many kills, I feel like Dazzle will remain very underleveled throughout the game. And in mid game, he's absolutely food if you could pick him off. Looks like we don't have a poison build, which is a great choice considering that poison will be provided by the Viper. I feel like the initiation range is very, very small. As long as you stay outside of Viper's range, you're basically not going to die. And even if Viper hits level 5, it's really still not a guarantee of a kill, even if he gets a Orbok off, because Fissure is constantly being waiting on the wings. All you need is one Fissure to disrupt the momentum of Mantis, and Tinker could just walk out of the lane.
Yeah, of course. Speaking of initiation range, Sand King is a hero who has horrible initiation range until he hits level 5 or level 5 to 7, when his Burrow Strike gets a little bit longer. Storm going to head down to this regen run at the bottom lane, but looks like it's going to be killed off by some Furion Treants, just to deny to that Earthshaker, who already had full mana anyway, so no big deal. Leon is maxing Laser first. Versus the Viper, not a bad choice at all, although you only need 1 point to get that miss rate. But, you know, maxing it will give you a lot of early game burst potential. And I think they'll be happy if they can just hang on until this Lycan gets some more farm. They'll be sitting pretty. Darkseer already hitting level 7.
Darkseer's going for a kill on the top lane here. We're going to see Surge. We're going to have a vacuum, but that Malefice is just so annoying to lane against. And that's going to do it in terms of preventing that kill. More Eidolons being summoned. Back on the,
he vacuums a back in exclusive. Might be in for some trouble here. He does a Malefice in 3 seconds. He also has the Black Hole, but I don't think he wants to Black Hole when there's an Ion Shell, as I did miss a kill in the bottom lane. There's a little bit of action there back to the top. Nope, nothing going to happen. So it looks like Viper is able to get that kill. That's going to help out a lot with the levels. All 3 of these tri-lane heroes hitting level 4, except for Lucky, who's only at level 3, because he spent a little bit of time harassing Lycan. Speaking of Lycan, he's level 5. He's got a Vlad's at 7 minutes in. That is really fast. You know, I looked away. It looked bad for him in the jungle, but I guess he got decently lucky with the hard camp. Probably got some easier creeps to kill after the Wildkin. Now with that Vlad's, they're going to be pushing very hard.
Lesh takes up tower, and he's going to get a lot of item. Come With Me plays a very distinctive Lesh. Likes to go for things like Soul Ring, or not Soul Ring, Soul Booster into a Bloodstone. Likes to go for things
Leon getting dove in the bottom lane here. He pops the laser and Dazzle. That's not going to do anything. Tower's going to drop. March Machine's doing what it can, but it's just not that effective at level 1. Earthshaker going to get disabled here, going to get brought down. You cannot TP into a Viper when you're down in that situation. He's just trying to help his teammate, but ended up costing him his life. So, it's not looking too good.
And the tower. Prophet could get a push going. Unfortunately, it doesn't have mana for the Force of Nature, but I do believe with the right click of 4 heroes here, they are going to bring down the tower. The question is, who will get the last hit? Especially if Viper, one of the more momentum-based heroes, if he gets last hit, no he doesn't, Dazzle picks it up. But yeah, what remains to be said is that Viper is a very momentum-based hero. He has 2,100 gold.
Oh my god. He is
get something big. I'm going to say maybe get a BOT. I'm not even kidding about that. But he is a hero that requires things like Vanguard and whatnot, so he might go for that instead.
Speaking of farm, Zizo is just massive at this point. He's up against Enigma, one of the hardest heroes to 1v1 against. And yeah, between that Ion Shell and the kills, he's really leveled, he's really farmed. He's got a Vanguard now if he wants to build one. Maybe we'll see him go towards a pipe, but I think a Vanguard would be a good choice, especially the way he's playing, where he's constantly trying to backdoor towers, diving the Enigma. Speaking of this top tower, it's about to go down. Level 4 Edict just absolutely massacring it. The Glyph was not available. Even if it was, it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, Glyph was not available.
Courier is coming in. It's going to be a Stout Shield and a Vit Booster for our Viper. So going for the more standard build, which is not a poor choice at all by any means. Tinker trying to get some farm. Only level 4. Seems like he does have a single point into the Marching Machine. He does have some aspiration about that build, but whether he's going to get the level for that is the question. We've been talking about a lot about Next.KZ's level dependency, but Tinker also very dependent on the level. It seems like Trilane has done his job, got a couple kills, pushed down tower, and kept Leon very, very low in terms of the level, and that's kind of all you ask for a Trilane.
Yeah, we're going to see a bit of a tower trade here. Enigma running into Darkseer. Oh, he is in a lot of trouble. The Vacuum's going to miss the Fissure on the wrong side, but in comes Lycan. Black Hole's going to have to be used if he wants to live. He is going to drop it. Prophet Hole coming in, not doing enough damage. 2-hero Black Hole does end, though. It looks like it wasn't enough. Burrow Strike perfectly done. Are going to be able to pick off the Lycan throw. Earthshaker running away for his life. He does have boots, but I think he's going to get caught out here. No poison on the Dazzle, only level 1. Not going to be able to stun him. And Earthshaker might get away, at least waste a lot of heroes' times.
Prophet, TP cooling down in just a second. He's not coming in right now. Come on.
He's going to walk in.
Okay.
Who needs TP?
Sprout. Okay, that's cool. All right. That took way longer than it did, but they're right in front of the mid tower.
Yeah, he's waiting until he got a max range. Kind of trolling you as well. Plainly just to get you a little agitated. The push is going to go back the other way, but Next.KZ really doesn't have a whole lot to push with. They're very reliant on summons. Speaking of summons, Prophet doesn't have mana for his Treants. That's going to force him back. In comes Come With Me. He's very farmed. Phase Boots and a Drum. At this point, Dignitas pretty much needs to ride the wave of success they've had with the Lycan, the Leshrac, and the Darkseer, and just give the Earthshaker and the Tinkers a chance to get some levels. And I think they have enough farm on their core heroes to be able to do it. Speaking of the levels, yeah, Earthshaker only level 3, Tinker only level 5, which is very low, especially for this point in the game.
Speaking of farm, let's see how we're doing in that department. 8-3 in favor of the Dire squad. Goal difference though, hovering around the 2 to 3K. We do have the Radiant leading by the mid tower on the second tier. Wow, also destroyed. So 3 tower destroyed on the Dire, and only 1 destroyed. And of course, you got to keep in mind that Radiant also got the courier. So actually, they should be leading a lot more than what we're seeing. I guess the Dire, of course, with a 5-kill lead, and perhaps they're farming a little bit better to even things up a little bit. Prophet teleporting in top lane, trying to get 1 tower down. They do have siege unit, 3 Eidolons, 3 Treants. That should be able to do it, but we do see Blue coming in right now to really defend that. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the lightning build. He has the Split Earth, and that's going to destroy some of the creeps, and Pulse Nova being dished out.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you need to clear out that creep wave. Pulse Nova is going to bring that down. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, we have 3 heroes grouped up for the Dire. They're just... I feel like they're on the back foot, and this is not the game you want to be playing. I don't think you want to be trying to split push versus this lineup. Yeah, Action top, Come With Me is going in very aggressively. Edict not really hurting Prophet. There we go, all those summons finally die. Prophet gonna go down, yeah. Enigma trying to TP out. Are we gonna see an Enchant Totem? Yes, we are. Exclusive gonna drop as well. The push is gonna occur on the middle lane. Looks like they might be able to at least get this tier 1. Get something going back their way. But this tower deficit is still definitely favoring. Actually, no, it's even. Sorry, 2-2 in the towers.
Well, no. There's a tier 2 missing on the
middle lane.
Or,
yeah, sorry. Okay. It is a 1 tower favor still.
Mantis heading down to the bot lane will find himself a Tinker. No teleport scroll. Now Tinker completely trapped out, and guess what? Prophet in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay. That Tinker is about to die.
He's so close to his boots of travel too. Only 200 gold away, but he's not going to get them. Or is he? Are we going to see a nice surge from Zizao?
Are we serious?
Uh-oh. I think Leon's going to drop here. The vacuum was used. It's not going to be enough to save him. Leon going to drop. No way to cancel that Sand King ultimate. Zizao getting focused, but man, he is so tanky. Leshrac doing a crazy amount of damage. Even Viper does not want to stand next to him. Nice Fissure coming out. Triple kill. Triple kill for the Darkseer. And now Furion's probably going to make this an Ultra. Unless... Nope. Sorry, Darkseer did die.
Lycan's coming. Lycan galloping along. We do have Zard. No mana for the stun though. Self Sprout into a TV in chat. No, that's...
Oh, man.
Nice try, but it was not enough. Come with me, by the way. Look at this item. Every time we check on him, he gets a new item. Phase boot now completed. Or it might have been completed earlier. Ogre Axe is going to be next. And Black King Bar just very, very quickly pick up. Especially if he gets to the tower right here.
Yeah, Enigma is doing what he can to push down this top lane, trying to farm up that mechanism. I don't know if they can defend this push. They are going to throw out the Dazzle ultimate. That's going to drive everyone back. Prophet TP's into 3. Drops the Sprout. Come With Me going to be dropping Edict here. Yes, No, Edict's on cooldown, actually. 1 kill going out on Lycanthrope. Come With Me is sure to follow next. Pulse Nova being dropped, but it's not enough damage. He's almost out of mana. And actually going to get out of range. That Phase Boot's drum just too strong. He's going to pick up a regen rune here. Oh, this could be a turnaround for Come With Me. He's going to keep on running.
Prophet's going to try to TP, but he might be TPing into too much trouble. Come With Me turns around for a second. He's going to get killed right from the get-go. Come With Me out of mana completely at this point. Edict's still going, but Grave is going to really see what they do. No vacuum. That might be enough. Yes, Next.KZ Storm might be going down. This is Surge, negating the slow. He's killing himself up. Will it be enough? No, it won't be enough. We get shut out a second time. Come With Me comes back without he's following up. He's going to get another kill. There's an equal trap. Gets in position. Fissure. Don't miss your damn Fissure. Doesn't miss. Gets a stun off, and that's yet another kill.
Yeah, Enigma did take down Taker. He blew the black hole to do it. He's going to have the mechanism. I think the tower is going to go down, but all in all, I got to say, things are looking pretty good for Dignitas. Meanwhile, this entire time, Lycan is farming. He's got his medallion. Once they get all the lanes pushed out, they can definitely look towards Roshan. Speaking of Roshan, Earthshaker was just checking it. Actually, not sure why, since there's no way that Next.KZ was doing it, but no problem. Enigma going to be TPing back home. He's got the mechanism, another 900 gold. I'm not sure what he'll go for next. Probably a BKB, as that would actually be pretty decent against this Radiant lineup.
We'll see. We could see some very interesting item choices, but I want to really pull up the kill chart and the death chart menu for you guys to see. And the big thing to point out here is the kill distribution. Equal has 5 deaths. That's never a good thing on a Prophet. He's got 2 kills and 7 assists, which is kind of what you expect, but that's going to prevent him from any good mid-game items. He's only got 35 creep kills as well. And Tinker's got 4 deaths. He's only got 24 creep kills, but he's close to his BOT. And a BOT will allow him to turn it around very quickly. So, not the best farm for some of the key heroes, and we might see a big engagement happening on the bot lane here. There's a lot of spell being
that vacuum!
Slam after a vacuum! Wow, Post Nova getting dropped as well. Mantis losing a lot of HP, trying to orb walk himself out of there. Come with me, taking a lot, but dishing out a lot more damage in return. Prophet doing some backstab, but he's just not doing enough physical damage.
Oh, he's gonna die at 6 time.
Gonna go down, but there's a buyback from Mantis. We do see Come With Me dropping. They're gonna focus on Zhao. Zhao's gonna go down as well, but now Lycan is backstabbing. Lycan's gonna be chasing Exclusive. Some heads are getting chopped off. Do we have more stun coming off cooldown? 3, 2, 1. No, it's not. Yeah, Burrow Strike on 2. Zimaj is gonna go down. It's so ring. Oh wow, the walk is gonna do it. The orb walk. A lot of buyback being employed on both sides, and this game is all over the place right now. 15 to 15. 16 minutes in.
Looks like Next.KZ even wants to turn this into a Roshan kill. They've got about 20 seconds before there's even respawns of Dignitas. They might be able to do this, but again, they don't have a whole lot of damage. Enigma doesn't have mana for the summon, so he's going to actually go back to base. He can come back in with the mechanism, keep them relatively healed up, but this is taking a really long time. Earthshaker picks up a double damage rune. His ultimate is on cooldown. Going to be looking to at least slow down this Roshan attempt, but in come all the summons. Now this will go a lot quicker. Prophet going for a Staff of Wizardry, probably going to be a 4-staff. Interesting he didn't go for a Medallion, especially when they're trying to Roshan, but it looks like they might be able to get it. March of the Machine's being dropped. Mantis taking a whole bunch of damage here. Enigma slowly working his way back. He might not get there in time, though. Roshan getting quite low. Looks like we are going to see Storm go down to initiate the fight. Not able to use that Shallow Grave. And Equal is going to be forced to run away. Roshan's still not dead. Who's going to get it? Oh, Mantis does pick it up. Big pickup by him. He gets lasered. He's not going to be hitting anything. Enigma ultimate still cooling down, not able to pop the mechanism, not in range. Will he try to get in range is the question. I think we're going to see Zara go down when the Aegis pops. Yeah, that's going to be 1 kill for Mantis. Mantis is going to be running away. I think he's dead here. Yep, he's going to go down. Exclusive trying to pop the mechanism. Oh, Come With Me so low. Come With Me going to die to the poison. But Exclusive probably going to pay for it. I'm not sure that Roshan attempt was entirely worth it.
And the decision to keep staying for it, I'm not sure if that's the best choice as well. Fissure was able to drop to cut off the path. Meanwhile, Exclusive trying to do some crazy ring around the Rosie, but not going to work out here. Here comes the Grave. Okay.
There you go.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's going to pour it out. Wow, nice save. So some very close calls on both teams. But yeah, that Roshan choice, probably not the best. They did definitely get the kill and the Aegis, but it's not really worth the 4 kills that they dropped for that. Now we do see Radiant leading by 2 kills, and the gold chart is just going crazy. It is back down to a 2,000 gold lead for the Radiant. And
it kind of looks like a roller coaster right now, but you know, hopefully it'll stabilize at some point. Lucky does have a Blink Dagger. Looks like he's almost level 11. That's going to be a big pickup for him. As once he hits level 11, that Epicenter will hurt. But speaking of item progression, Darkseer has a pipe now. That's going to be a really good way to deal with everything on the Dire lineup. I mean, yeah, you have Viper right-clicking, but he's also very reliant on the poison damage. Viper is going for a BKB. I don't know if I like a BKB versus a Lycanthrope. And this is also one of the downsides to that Viper pick. He doesn't do a whole lot for you in the mid-game versus the Lycan or the Darkseer. They both have ways to just escape from him, and they don't care about being slowed. So we'll have to see how it pans out. Exclusive is going to find Lycan. Mitch maybe in a little bit of trouble here. Meanwhile, it looks like a huge engagement happening. Equal going to get dropped down immediately. Mitch kind of running around, not sure what he wants to do. Looks like he's going to go in. Exclusive has the black hole, but he's no backup, so he's probably not going to blow it. He's still got the mechanism. Zar waiting to fissure. I guess he's going for some sort of a block. He's not going to get it. Exclusive is going to go down. And meanwhile, the Dire not really helping him at all. I guess deciding they couldn't get there in time.
2 more kills being picked up. We're seeing some very, very strong mid-game ganking combo with the Shaker Fissure. And Come With Me just galloping in with the Space Boot. And dropping that Split Earth, and that's really initiation coming from range. Lesh going back with the Point Booster. Very interesting choice. He's going to be going for Acceptor instead. Perhaps feeling that he doesn't need a BKB. The Sanking Ultimate hasn't been doing anything at this point. And really, there's not too much magical damage if you think about it. So it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go for a bigger Ultimate. And my Ultimate so far has been doing a lot of work. So I think that's a decent choice, to be honest here.
Yeah, Come With Me is getting pretty stacked at this point. I would like to see the BKB from him as well. Although he will have the pipe to help keep him alive. He's already pretty tanky, but BKB is going to make him really, 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 really difficult to bring down in these fights. If you're getting close to the 4-staff, I'm not sure how much it's really going to do. I mean, it's nice versus Lycan, it's nice versus Leshrac, but they still have a Darkseer to help keep the chase going. At this point, I think it's a matter of Prophet not having anything.
It's not Acceptor nor a BKB.
It's a Dagon?
But a Bloodstone.
Oh, you're talking about Shrek.
Yes.
gonna say.
As he picks up a soul booster right now, just 1600 more for that G stone to be upgraded. And yes, it is called a G stone. And on the bot lane here, exclusive, trying to work towards his link. He is stopping his to get a cloak.
I think
Decent
he might
choice.
be going for a pipe. Maybe not, but I could see him going for one. I'm not sure who else would farm it. I guess Viper
Link is
could,
up.
but they have no damage.
Link is up on Sand King. Storm's sitting at level 7. Yeah, one of the more important thing about Grave, as you level up, is it lowers in cooldown and also increasing cast range. Both of which are very, very important in terms of long drawn-out team fights. And looks like we're going to see some smoke initiation. Let's see how good the epicenter is, because that's going to determine how this team fight's going to go. And let's see if we're going to have a decent black hole from exclusive.
Yeah, come with me in a little bit of trouble here. He is very tanky. Viper popping the BKB really early in this fight. I feel like he could have held on to that a little bit longer. Come with me doing a whole bunch of damage, but he is going to go down. Yep, that's one kill. Will the chase continue? Enigma not going to catch up. That's not too bad.
I'm not sure whether that's the biggest loss for the Radiant. They lost the Lesh, but also they got a BKB charge out of that. And also, Lesh was able to do a lot of damage. They might actually lose tier 2, though. That's an issue.
Yeah, then it would become more worthwhile. Next.KZ is definitely looking to end this game a little bit earlier. None of their heroes go too late. Prophet and Viper are decent mid-game heroes, but not the best late gamers. And of course, Lycan and Tinker and Lashrek get very scary the longer the game goes. As I'm getting a little bit of lag here. I hope that's just me. Okay, yeah, it looks like the game's stabilized. And the push is going to continue. We're going to see... Lumi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I still had you with me. Mantis is right-clicking on the tower. Tower's getting low. Nether Toxin does help you bring down towers faster once they get low. But you see March of Machines being very annoying in this anti-push department. Fissure coming out. Are they going to defend this? No, tower is going to get denied. Very well played by Zizo. That's pretty hard to do, especially with Viper having so much bonus damage to the tower. And now the chase is maybe going to go the other way. Now, of course, Dignitas is a team that can chase extremely well. Lucky channeling the ultimate is going to blink in, but they're only going to catch Zizo, who I believe popped the pipe at the beginning of that fight. Yes, he did. He still hasn't gone down. Meanwhile, Tinker going to be picking off Shadow Priest. It looks like we're going to see Furion going down. He does manage to drop a Sprout, but he's not going to be able to get away from this Lycanthrope. Exclusive running around in circles, really not able to do anything, trying to get away from Come With Me. Mantis kiting Come With Me as best he can. Lucky taking a lot of damage, but he is going to be able to survive. No, the Fissure might be enough. Looks like Lashrak's going to change targets back to Mantis. Mantis has the medallion on him, still trying to run away. No BKB for him this time. He already used it earlier in the fight. Tinker TP's back in. Exclusive going to be dropping to a laser here. He is going to drop, and Mantis going to get cleaned up. This fight looking very bad for Next.KZ if that happens. Looks like we also see Equal Bob back. He's chasing Come With Me.
Come With Me has been chased for the longest time. We have the ultimate coming back in just 20 seconds, but more importantly, the Viper Strike is back soon. He can turn around and get a Viper Strike off. He's going for the Invis Ring. He's going to find it. He's going to get a turnaround. Yes, indeed. And I do believe Zamaj is going to go down for sure. Double poison on him. We're going to see even more poison. I think maybe they're waiting for the ultimate. The ultimate back in 3, 2, 1. I don't think he's going to survive that long. He's going to go down indeed. Nicely played. Mantis just shoot that for hours. And we're questioning the choice. I'm questioning the choice whether Lycan should have been just chasing it at human form on a Viper for the longest time.
Yeah, especially once you see that Prophet buyback, maybe it's time to turn around. Of course, Storm did respawn. One of the benefits to being very underleveled, you come back a little bit quicker. He's gone for 2 bracers, just going for a very cheap items that he can actually afford, trying to tank up as best he can. In terms of the gold graph, we're seeing it move up and down, but really not too much movement. It still is favoring the Radiant squad. Lycan is getting close to a BKB. He's about 800 away right now. 4-staff is complete on the Tinker. That's going to give them even more chasing power, and they already have quite a bit. So I still think Dignitas is in a good spot here, but maybe they need to be a little bit more careful in the next team fight, because they can win this late.
I completely agree with you. I feel like the Radiant, the game might seem like very close right now. 24-21. Radiant only leading by 2,000 gold. They should be leading by more in my opinion. But right now, their hero potential is simply a lot better in the late game. Also, you got to keep in mind, a Prophet has been buying back all these fights. He's 4-9. And it's not to say that he's playing bad or anything, but he's just dying a lot and forced to buy back because these team fights, they have to win them. And it's not really helping out the farm. Exclusive and dying a lot. He's nowhere near his blink, about 1,000 go away. And Viper, again, is just not a late game hero. He's not one. You could put him.
He's very much a mid game hero, and he really requires a good start. He had a good start, but the question is, will it be good enough I want to point out, in terms of map control, we are seeing some really aggressive wards placed by the Dire, but as the Radiant heroes respawn, we're seeing the lanes all get pushed back in their favor for the most part, or at least be pretty even. This is due to the Radiant just really having better pushing heroes. I mean, yeah, you've got a Prophet, you've got Enigma, they're decent pushers, but it's nothing compared to a Tinker, a Leshrac, and a Lycan. As we do see Come With Me getting initiated on. Nice vacuum coming in, Fissure to follow, exclusive, not Black Hole cooldown for 6 seconds. Huge Epicenter coming out, it's going to hit a bunch of heroes. Viper with a double kill, he's in a lot of trouble. We're going to see a BKB pop by the Viper, he held it a little bit longer this time, that really did wonders for them in the fight. Mantis BKB is down now, but they got all the kills they were looking for. That's the fight they wanted. We are going to see Lycanthro pushing out middle in the meantime.
That was a huge fight for the Radiant, or for the Dire squad. And I have no idea why Come With Me thinking he was Mad Balls running into the tower range like that. Sure, it was a vacuum into Fissure and an Echo Slam, but that setup for the Epicenter as well. Lycan, gotta be very careful. There's invisible Sanking just stalking him around. Roshan not back just yet, but might be coming back very, very soon. But also, that might be more and more credit to why you actually want the BKB. There's just so many stuns. That is really just killing that Lesh right now.
Yeah, that was a massive team fight. Of course, they are going to have to wait a little while before they can do anything because that Black Hole has a very long cooldown. I really liked how Viper held onto that BKB and didn't comp it preemptively. He ended up not even needing it at the end of the fight, but the last fight we saw him use it extremely early, and then he just had to run for his life. And he couldn't really contribute for the next 20-30 seconds, so I think that worked out a lot better for them. In terms of how that affected the gold graph, it is dipping definitely in the Dire's favor, but again, they need to get a commanding lead. It's not enough just to win a team fight and then farm, because farming still favors the Radiant. They can farm faster, and they also benefit more from that farm.
Well, I'm not sure about that, because you have the Prophet, and as games get longer and longer, you know, it's always so difficult to push against a Prophet. Also, right now, they're really down in terms of farm, in terms of certain key hero. Again, I'm talking about Prophet here. Seems like he's going for Acceptor, which I'm not the biggest fan of, especially in a game like this. I feel like a Hex is just infinitely better, but, you know, credit to the Acceptor is that it does give you a lot of necessary HP, which, you know, Prophet is a very squishy hero. He does have the Force Staff, but still not the most survivable. But I feel like Hex is just a necessity against a hero like Tinker.
Yeah, especially because this Tinker is not going to be getting a BKB anytime soon. He's only got 1,500 gold. He'll probably be going for a Hex and then maybe look towards a BKB. I guess he could get a Shivas for some anti-push. It would be okay against the Dire heroes, but I'm guessing we'll see a Hex. That's normally, you know, the game change item you want to get on Tinker. As we do see Sankin initiate with a Blink stun, but Come With Me is extremely tanky. Lucky going to be popping that Sandstorm, looking to stay alive here. Come With Me doing a bunch of damage, also burning a ton of mana. Meanwhile, Mitch holding onto that BKB. He goes into wolf form. He's still not popping it, and they're not forcing him to. He finally pops it. Come With Me does drop. Mitch chasing the other way. I think he should back off. His exclusive is simply too tanky, and Lycan does not do enough damage. Storm might be a better target. Storm going to be brought quite low. In comes Mantis from the back. Echo Slam being dropped, but it does nothing, or pretty much nothing. Only hitting one hero. Dignitas still fighting this one. Zizao going to be popping the pipe. Shallow Grave being used on Storm. Storm is still not dying. Looks like Lycan hightailed it out of there. Looks like we're going to see Zizao go down. And in the end, another decent fight for Next.KZ.
Buyback from Come With Me. The fight's not over yet. Exclusive in huge trouble. Rocket comes in, keeping everyone HP low. Come With Me so tank. Mantis illusion from the wall.
Oh my god.
Huge turnaround here. After a buyback, a triple kill being picked up here. Nature Prophet buys back. You look towards him to try to get a backstab TP, but he is against two heroes. So this fight, I was going to say that was a very dangerous fight because losing tier 2 tower might be very dangerous. Equal TPs into the mid lane. He's going to find himself a Come With Me, but does he have enough physical DPS to bring him down?
No, he does not.
No. The answer is hell no, but he's going to try it anyways.
Oh, but here comes Enigma. That might be what they need. This Leshrac is so fast, though. I think he can just run away. Enigma does not have a Blink Dagger. They're actually going to go on Lycan instead. You're not killing this Lycan, though. Nice Fissure coming out. This could actually be a huge turnaround. Prophet ultimate drop is going to kill off the Lycan. Is Roshan back up again? Yes, he is. That could be big for them. With an Aegis on this Viper, they might actually be able to take a huge team fight and turn it into some racks. Or at least a tier 2 tower. Maybe not racks.
It's just so crazy.
This is quite back and forth.
Every 2 seconds, and now with the Aegis, who do you think is going to drop it on? Is it going to be the Viper? Is it going to be the Prophet?
I don't know. The Prophet, at this point, it seems like he's just saving for buyback and going to constantly buyback, so maybe you give it to the Viper. That being said, Viper without BKB against this enemy lineup is probably just going to die.
Well, no. I'm not sure where you guys stand on this. A lot of professional players love to get Acceptor on Viper because it does lower your cooldown of your ultimate to 12 seconds. And when I say a lot of professional players, I just mean Wagamama. I'm sure he will be 100% supportive of that choice. Getting a Yasha really forces Viper to do the semi-carry role. But again, like we talked about,
who else do they have, you know?
That's true. Who else do they have? You know, Enigma's not Enigma. Prophet's not really delivering on that department. Again, not to say that he's playing bad. It's just he's forcing a buyback. So I'm still a bigger fan of Acceptor, but let's see how the Manta style build is going to work out here. And Manta style though, it's just you're not expecting to get too much out of the illusion, simply because there's so much AoE flying around that your Manta style illusion is going to just die. But the stats that give you the armor and of course the movement speed, it's just not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It'll be good for chasing, especially against all these very difficult to catch heroes. You could argue either way. I don't think either item is clearly better. The way these fights have been going, Acceptor would work out decently, but of course, doing a little bit more damage when your team has no damage, aside from sort of that one go with the Sand King Epicenter and the Prophet Ultimate, not a bad way to do it either. Of course, combined with the Shallow Grave, the Yasha can be nice too. It keeps you alive a little bit longer, lets you chase a little more. And lets you escape a little bit better. We'll have to see how it plans out, or how it works out. Prophet is going to be, looks like he's finally got the money for an ultimate orb. 31 minutes in. This has to be one of the least farm Prophets I've ever seen. He does have 129 creeps, which is okay. 4 creeps a minute, nothing to write home about for Prophet. But more importantly, like you pointed out, he's got 10 deaths. Speaking of kills, though, Mantis has 17.
Just only 17. Out of
Not
29.
a big deal. If this was any other carry, I feel like the game would be over, just because they would farm so much. But Viper does not farm well. He has no flash farming abilities. Also does not scale that well into the late game, so that's why it's still a close one, where otherwise it would be an absolute blowout.
I think I've seen one game where Burning went like 7 or 8 creeps per minute on Viper, and still got out carried by like some other carry that had half his farm. Viper is just not a good carry.
Yeah, he went for a Midas Radiance in that game, which is not by no means a standard way to play the Viper. But hey, maybe we'll see that in the future. It didn't work out, so probably not.
Everyone's ultimate is ready to go. We have BKB attempted Enigma no blink, which I suppose is a decent choice. Equal, of course, he said that he had go for the point ultimate orb, but is not going to buy it because he's saving for buyback. And maybe saving for Acceptor if he ever gets up to that stage. They're waiting for Come With Me to go out of position, I feel like. Come With Me is, Ooh,
the force stab, that was so unlucky.
2-man burrow strike. Can we get a... Oh, there's a Black Hole. No BKB up there just yet. BKB against Pop on Viper. Gonna focus on Come With Me. Huge Black Hole. That's gonna get Come With Me. Come With Me is gonna go down here. Lycan trying to get the right click. Echo Slam drops on everyone. This is down low HP. We do have a Grave here. And the game lags.
Oh my god.
Blinks right back in. Tinker in huge trouble as well. And Mantis on the back line of things just doing huge orb walking. He's going to get a kill on Leon as well. And Zamad trying to get the right click. He's probably going to get the kill on Mantis, but Mantis surviving. And now Zamad...
He's got the Aegis though. This is not a good chase. Mitch is probably going to drop. Mitch is going to go down here. This is going to be Rex. I cannot believe Next.KZ is actually looking poised to take some racks here. This was not a great start for them, but they're making it work. They still have the Aegis on him. The Prophet, I believe, has the buyback. I expect to see him buyback momentarily. 2 buybacks coming out for the Radiant. Will they be able to defend? They're thinking about it. Wow, Next.KZ is going to back off.
Maybe they don't want to use the Aegis in just a like that. They're going to go back. If that was a big team fight victory, they're going to use it to farm mid lane. It's very much so pushed. And we're going to see a couple of tier 4 items now, especially on Mantis. He does have the Mantis style finish, and the question is, what is it going to be next? We are in some carry territory now. Is it going to be a MKB? Is it going to be a Butterfly? All very, very good choices. Butterfly actually might be very, very good against a hero like Lycanthrope because he relies on physical ability, physical right hits. If you have a lot of armor and you have 30% evasion, that might just be enough to out-carry a Lycan from a Viper, believe it or not.
Yeah, for now, he's going to be completing the Manta style, so he's looking good. I mean, especially with this Aegis, which they did not use in the last team fight. That's huge. He now has up to 3 lives when you combine it with the Shallow Grave. If the Shallow Grave is well-timed, then we're going to see Viper being just such a nuisance to bring down. I'm going to take a look at the gold graph. It's finally going the Dyer's way. This is good. The other benefit to that fight is it gives Prophet a ton of room to farm. He did not buy back, so he is able to complete the Aghanim Scepter.
Yep.
Now, that's going to be pretty big for him. Leon has an ultimate orb. He's had this for a while. He's going towards guessing a Hex. It could be a Manta, but Hex would be the more likely and probably the better choice here.
Very interesting choice of items from Lucky. Point booster first. I guess it's not that uncommon. You get it for the extra HP and MP. And then now it's going to go back from Magical Immunity. He's about 300 go away from that. And BKB is going to block a lot of Lesh damage. I feel like Lesh is getting hard countered. Like, everything that he does, he's getting countered by, BKB is going to be finished by Enigma as well before the next fight. So right now, Radiant, they got to do something crazy, and because Lesh been dying every single fight, his item has not changed for the longest time.
Well, he does finally have a BKB coming his way, but is it going to be enough? I mean, you're already looking at a BKB on the Enigma, which should be completed momentarily. You're looking at a BKB on the Viper, you're looking at a Viper with multiple lives. You're looking at Shallow Grave, so, is it going to be enough damage coming out? As we do see Tinker getting caught out, brought down in the top lane. That's a big death. He just has buyback.
He bought back last fight. He's not going to have buyback, so a minute without the Tinker, tier 2 is going to be forfeited for sure. Meanwhile, the mid lane, Mantis just harassing Zamaj off the lane and getting more farm for himself. He's up to 1,300 gold. So with this tier 2 going down, I don't think the Radiant's going to go for pushing because Tinker would be back by then. But they might actually force something.
Yeah, they get the tier 2 tower. That's not the most important tower in the game. It's one of the least important in terms of map control. It is very far away from Roshan. But it's still, getting a tower is going to be more gold in their pockets as they're looking to extend their gold lead here. Come with me, going to be forced to pop a BKB defensively.
Oh, come on, exclusive!
Oh, that was late! I can't believe it. No idea why he waited so long, but that's very unfortunate.
Soul Ring. I guess he was clicking and then,
Man, that is costly. That's another... It's another 160 seconds until they can go again, so over 2 minutes.
In 3 minutes. Maybe some ganks, but no team fight. And they might actually gank Zamaj on the mid lane, at least force him to use a BKB. Yeah, we might see something.
No Epicenter, he does pop the ultimate, but Lycan ult once he hits level 16. Very low cooldown, so that's not a big loss for him. Mantis going to be farming at bottom, up to another 2,000 gold. Wonder what he'll go for next. I think that evasion wouldn't be bad. He's already got the BKB to deal with the magical damage.
Storm, what the hell? What are we doing on the mid lane?
Oh my god. This is not good. Complete BKB used defensively by Lucky. I guess that's going to be enough to get away. Prophet TP's into... I feel like this is just feeding right now. No idea what they're doing. The wall is dropped as well, cutting off the retreat. In comes the Epicenter. Just not enough damage. Another ultimate used. Nothing getting accomplished here. Everyone is dying on Next.KZ. We are going to see the ultimate from Viper being dropped. And come with me. No black hole in this fight. That is absolutely crucial. Zamaj gonna be able to run away. It looks like Mitch just gonna be able to escape. Oh, that was so close. Will we see a Prophet TP? It's up in 8 seconds. Lycan thinking about feeding to neutrals, thinks better of it. Gonna keep on running, and they're not gonna chase him.
Yeah, don't feed neutral 40 minutes in a game, but I do believe next with that team fight, how as awkwardly as it started out is gonna be Juan, and I think tier 2 is gonna be brought down. That was some of the worst initiate because the 2 supports just got blown up immediately. Sanking did channel for a pretty big ultimate, eventually did some decent damage, and I think did Equal buyback again in that fight? I heard a couple buybacks.
Yeah, Equal did buyback again.
Buyback. So not a surprise. I think he's out of his 12 deaths, he's bought back at least 6 times. Which is some serious cash spending, if you ask me.
That's a lot of money. That's probably like 2/3 of a hex, I want to say. It's a lot of gold.
It's way more than a hex, I think.
Of course, he does get some farm when he buys back and some kills, so it's not entirely just spending the money. You are getting a little bit coming back your way, but you're not getting a hex's worth of gold back for that.
Yeah.
That being said, he is level 19, so level's pretty even overall on both teams. Earthshaker, the only really significant hero, is not hit level 16 yet. That ultimate will be nice in team fights, but it's not essential. Speaking of Earthshaker, he's got a Blink Dagger. I believe he had it in the last fight. Want to see if there are any other interesting item pickups here.
Nothing of note, to be honest.
Viper's probably seen a mountain of gold. Yeah, he's got 3,000. The black hole should be cooling down shortly, up in 7 seconds. Now we're going to see the Dire look to push. Will they go for racks here, or are they going to go for some pickoffs first?
I think the answer has to be pickoffs. Sure, you probably could win a 5v5 in the last couple of fights. It seems like they're heading that direction, but you never want to really gamble. Just to quote the famous Dendy and Art Sao, in this stage of the game, one mistake is where you lose the game, and we are in game number 3. There's some stuff on the line here.
Yeah, especially for Next.KZ, they really want to get a win going. I mean, you saw their record coming into this match. They're 1-9 in their last 10 games. That is, frankly, it's a horrible place to be as a team, and this is a really important game for them. Of course, Dignitas has not been too effective, so for both teams, there's a decent amount on the line, even though it's not like they're going to lose their chances to earn money. Meanwhile, Zizo getting caught out maybe by Mantis here, but I'm not sure this is the correct choice to focus.
I don't think it's the correct choice to chase like this.
Yeah, Enigma coming into backstab. He might get caught out. That would be a great pickoff. As we do see Viper doing a bunch of damage to Zizao. Enigma forced to pop the black hole. Doesn't want to use, or not, sorry, not the black hole, the BKB. He's going to be able to TP out. Very nicely done. In comes Furion, come with me, popping his BKB. Viper doesn't care too much about that, but he is going to be able to walk away. So a lot of BKBs being wasted there. Or used defensively, rather.
It's a hell of a game so far. We're watching Blink Burrow Strike here on the combo. Oh, he's gonna just get out, and that was a waste. No, there's a Sprout, and that's gonna be it for Come With Me. The Sprout still going. No, the Surge still going. Lucky, looking for it. The Rapid Nature's gonna do the jab. Sanking uses his Sandstorm. Here comes the. Uh-oh. Zamaj getting the right click.
It's okay.
We have a grave, early grave, to be honest. A drum being popped right here, and Rocket's still doing some damage. I think both teams trying to back off.
I feel like Next should fight this. They still have the black hole. I'm not sure why they're running away. Maybe just looking for a better angle to come in at their opponents on. The wall illusion does get picked off. Mantis might be just losing the Aegis here for... Oh, Aegis actually was already burned. Sorry. He's in a lot of trouble. Zar gonna get picked off. Black hole, big black hole. Only catching one after that first hero went down. Zizao gonna be picked off. Leon trying to TP out. Leon is able to get away. But this might be a good opportunity to push now. Is there buyback on the Radiant?
They're not gonna push. They're gonna go for Roche.
Yeah, Roche is back up. I believe the Aegis just disappeared in that fight. I don't think he actually burned it.
I don't think he actually died. Yeah, you're right. It's just burned it. Yeah, they are gonna go for the Roche. And we are in for a longer game, this one.
Yeah, this one will drop cheese, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, what's this house making?
Zizao.
A Darkseer.
Oh, going for that Aghanims.
Going for an Aghanims. And a lot of people saying that it's a nerf. It's a nerf. I don't really think it's a nerf.
Well, if you have a Lycan on your team, I mean, he hits pretty damn hard. Exclusive picking up a haste during game is lagging? Oh my god, game was lagging really bad there. He's got a haste, the black hole is on cooldown. He is going to get Shallow Grave though, this might work out. BKB being used and Come With Me, but no kills yet. Mantis popping his BKB a little bit later. Come With Me going to drop. Will they be able to bring on the Lycan next is the question. No, Come With Me going to be able to get away. Wow, BKB being used by Lycan. Lycan doing as much damage as he can. Tinker did pick up a Hex. Looks like they're going to back off, but they are doing their best to delay this Roshan fight. Or this Roshan attempt. Epicenter is up, but Lucky doesn't have mana. That's important to note right now. Oh, they are going to pick up the Aegis.
Dazzle picks it up. Yeah, actually, that might not be the worst choice. Dazzle is the, I suppose, the weakest link. He does respawn back with relatively low cooldown, 15 to be exact, on the grave. Weave is a thing. Heal is a thing. So it's not the worst hero to have it on.
We have not looked at the gold graph in quite a while.
Cheese, and he's going for MKB.
Yeah, I mean, if you go ultra late game, then Viper becomes decent in this situation because Lycan is a melee hero. So he's going to have a little bit trouble locking heroes down in team fights. Viper can kite him reasonably well. The MKB going to be nice to maybe cancel some TPs. We did see, we have seen Tigger TPing out in the middle of a fight a few times. BKB TP out not going to work once the MKB is up, or at least can't be relied upon.
Another look at the item choices. Zamaj, the Lycanthrope player, going for Desolator. Rather a late Deso in my opinion. A lot of Soul Rings in this game. A Desolator on Nature's Prophet as well, so apparently neither team thinks it's late enough. It's always good to get Deso.
Well, it's better on the dire side because they do have the Dazzle ultimate, which is a lot of
in the mid lane eats an Echo. He's gonna use his cheese right now if he wants to survive. He's gonna use his BKB, take some physical damage. We do have a teleportation in from the Tinker. Uses a cheese immediately. Uses an ultimate against Come With Me as well. And will that be enough? Nice force staff out here. Here comes exclusive. He does not have his Black Hole. He uses BKB, but really, he's really just bait at this point. He's gonna go down relatively quickly. Lucky channels his ultimate, not doing really too much. Come With Me, losing a lot of HP, and he's gonna go down. Yeah, right here, he's gonna go down. The question is, does he have buyback? Looks like he doesn't have buyback. Only 71 go. This is time for Next.KZ to go for the high ground, to stop chasing. Indeed, they are gonna make a beeline right down the mid, and I think this might be Rax #1.
Yeah, we said that Dignitas wanted this to go late, but what were we talking about? Apparently Next.KZ is quite fine to take this one late. Viper has the MKB if he wants to spend the gold. Probably going to save for buyback, but an MKB would not be a bad choice here. We'll bring down that Rax really, really quickly. You could go for crits as well. Would be pretty good because it does synergize with the Manta Illusions nicely. They're going to pause here, collect their thoughts, and then go for that final push. 2 heroes dead for Dignitas for 40 seconds, and they do not have buyback. Just kidding. Unpaused immediately.
That was a quick collection of dots. They knew exactly what they needed to do in that 2 seconds, and the push commenced. It would be really nice if you could pass the Aegis now, because Mantis just lost his cheese, and they're not pushing. Mantis is ancient farming. I don't know about this. Sure, you might not bring down the Rex, but at least get some damage on that tower. But now with 2 heroes dead, they're ancient farming. No, he's gonna come back right now. Okay, maybe they were waiting just for the creep wave. Okay.
Yeah, of course, Prophet can always TP into this fight, can pop that ultimate from a distance. Mantis going to be doing a tiny bit of harassment here on Lycan. Lycan uses his wolves. They don't really accomplish too much at this point. Defensive fissure being dropped. Decent anti-push overall for the Radiant, and they're not going to get anything done before the heroes respawn. Fiorun is pushing in the top lane. All the lanes are pushed, but there's not too much of a point to doing that. I mean, there's no Roshan to claim at this point. They already got it, so it's nice. It's nice to get the farm, but it's not completely game-changing.
Meanwhile, we got Come With Me getting some money on the top lane, getting some farm. Dire pushing every single lane. I guess what the Dire should be doing right now is keep all the lanes pushed and then farm the enemy jungle. And you know, if you do that over a long period of time, like 5 minutes, you will outfarm, and you could get some nice ganks off. But the ganks will be coming the other way. We have Hex on the Prophet. Any follow-up stuns? We have a Surge. We're gonna have a vacuum at the very least. There's a Splitter of hitting, and Eagle might be in trouble again. Early Graves, but the Black Hole. Are we gonna have a Black Hole vacuum? Gets 1 kill. Black Hole buyback from Prophet. What do you expect? And it looks like, can we get some damage here? Come With Me's gonna go down.
Oh, that was a huge fight for the Dire. That was a nice bait. Only 2 heroes make it out alive, Earthshaker and Lycan. Earthshaker does have the Echo Slam, but I doubt it's going to be enough by itself. It could be, though. They got to be careful not to group up too much. I think he's level 16 now. No, he's only level 14. That's really unfortunate. As we do see a buyback from the Darkseer. He's going to be doing what he can to defend, but with no wall, he's really missing a crucial component. Bad Echo Slam, really only hitting 1 hero. Forced to use that one defensively. Shallow Grave on Enigma. Looks like we're going to see Lycan running in and then running away. Yeah, he can't even outright click this Viper anymore. Suddenly, Lycan is the one who's scared, even though normally he's chasing other heroes down. We're going to see a high ground attempt here. I think they can finally work on the racks. Man, it's been an uphill struggle for Next.KZ. Will they get their first win in a very long time? It remains to be seen, but it's looking pretty good. The Viper Illusion's damaging down the tower. They're now going for the racks. They are hitting pretty hard. The Desolator, of course, make it easier to bring down these buildings. They can get the range racks and back out. Looks like they're going to do just that, or maybe just back out now. Would it be a bad idea?
The game is not over yet. The TV is going to get cancelled, and it looks like Darkseer are going to go do something crazy again at a very early grave. But it looks like with the Blink Dagger, they're going to get him stunned down, Force Staff up the hill, and the tree blocking everything. Teleport scroll out. Eagle's going to get Enchant Totem.
Ah! No! That was so close.
No! Now exclusive, the next one to be chased. He does not have a Blink Dagger. Turn around, and Maleficent, for the love of God. Maleficent, no? Okay.
This Earthshaker's chasing completely on his own. If they knew that, they probably could have turned around and killed him, but he's going to get out of there just fine. And meanwhile, Furion is pushing in the top lane, so, smart thing to do is Furion. If you TP back to base, you can immediately TP out to a lane, or just TP out to a lane to begin with, constantly pressuring the enemy team. And now that this melee Rex is down, Furion becomes really, infinitely more effective. We are going to see Mantis looking for, looks like an Earthshaker. Earthshaker going to drop. That's a big death. I don't think he has buyback. No, he does not.
Push just because Earthshaker is dead. I think that's a little bit.
Well, yeah, maybe not, but certainly it's going to put the rating even more on the defensive. And speaking of them being on the defensive, you can see if you just take a look at the Fog of War now, drastically favoring the Dire in terms of where the lanes are pushed. They're pretty much all pushed way past the river, which again makes it easier for them to farm effectively. As my game doesn't let me control things. Okay, there we go. So gold graph wise, we're looking at a 14,000 gold lead. It looks like Next.KZ is slowly but surely gaining complete control of this one. Kind of surprising, to be honest, but I guess if you really think about it, having that range carry is huge as the game gets later. And of course, Black Hole is really strong even against BKB heroes. So in a sense, they have the better late game team fight.
Again, it all favors Dire right now, but
yeah, you can't count this Radiant squad out.
I've been known to call games a little bit early, and I will reserve my call for now because
I'm not calling it. I'm just saying who has an advantage. If you heard me calling it, you heard wrong.
But when you have a perma-hex hero that could go anywhere in a blink of an eye, things could turn around. We have BKBs and just two Bloodstone charges on Come With Me, but he's getting a lot more farm. He will have the buyback for the next fight. Come With Me known to get a little bit out of position. Hex initiation on exclusive. They have the pipe up. Sankey's gonna come in with the ultimate, but really is not gonna
huge epicenter.
Black Hole on Come With Me. That is gonna do something. Beyond gets Burrow Strike. That's gonna cancel his rearm. He's now in trouble. Come With Me is gonna huge trouble. It looks like the Viper is walking like crazy. Shiva's gonna get dropped. Leon's gonna go down. Do we have any buybacks? Zar is gonna get picked up as well. He's gonna go down. 4 for nothing.
Oh man.
Triple being picked up on Viper. Viper, by the way, up to 25 kills out of 48.
Yeah, nobody on the Radiant has buyback except for maybe Leshrac. No, actually, he doesn't have it either. We're going to see Lycan run in. Probably just going to die here. He doesn't have BKB. Not sure what he can do. Yep, he can't do anything. He goes down. Now I think it's safe to call it. GG's come out from the players. Then it's definitely safe. They're going to go straight for the throne. Nothing can be done to stop this push, so we're actually going to see Next.KZ finally get a win on the board for themselves after, frankly, a horrible couple of months as a team.
Wow, and that was a big win. All these games are very well fought for both teams. And Viper carry, we've seen it all. We've seen it all.
Yeah, out of their 49 kills, he participated in 37, especially for being in a tri-lane, not being a global hero, not being a hero who's very mobile. That's very impressive. So well played by Mantis.
I don't know. I'm going to give the MVP award if there's one to equal because, again, like 13 deaths, 8 buybacks, something ridiculous like that. And still, get some farm and get some. He was key factor in my opinion.
Yeah, for a while there, he was kind of feeding, but in the end, he made the plays they need to. Most of his buybacks worked out. Even the ones that didn't net kills, at least delayed pushes or did something to keep Dignitas on the back foot. It gave Next.KZ the time they needed. So that's going to do it for game number 3. In the end, Next.KZ takes it 2-1 in a very good series. And any last thoughts, Lumi, or do you want to wrap it up?
We will get the endgame menu for you guys to see. Nothing from me. Hope you guys enjoy the entire series. Whew. But don't go anywhere. We still got a preview for tomorrow. We'll get Nebula in to get some endgame analysis from his perspective as well. But yes, hope you guys enjoy the broadcast. Thanks for watching.
All right, so let's go ahead and get Nebula in if he's available.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so I had a couple thoughts. The first one was, I felt like this whole series of games was kind of all about the Leshrac and the Lycanthrope, for better and worse. The one game with Lycanthrope, we saw them use it very aggressively at getting towers, and they used it to get a lot of very quick farm, and their team got very fat because of that. And they're able to take down Next in a pretty quick fashion. The third game, Lycanthrope, they didn't really push towers near as aggressively with him. He was doing a lot of chasing. He didn't really farm up enough damage in my view. Like he had trouble obviously in the early farm, but he still managed to get a pretty quick Vlads. But they didn't turn that into a lot of aggressive farm, a lot of aggressive push, other than the one push middle where they got the 1 and 2 towers very quickly. But they traded their bottom one for that, even when it was. He just spent a lot of time chasing heroes away from battles for really no reason, and ultimately ended up not getting as many kills as he could have, and all of those chases ended up him dying. And then the other big thing was, man, that third game was just a battle of BKBs, was it not? Like, every single battle was like, okay, I'm Leshrac, I'm going to run in, and like 6 heroes BKB, and nobody does anything. They just end up just hitting each other for 15 minutes. Like, every battle was, all right, I'm going to start casting, and everybody drops down BKBs. It's like, all right, new plan. Just A-click each other. What happens when we A-click each other? And then ultimately Viper's like, well, I mean, I A-click pretty well. That's kind of how it ended up. And Lycanthrope didn't have any damage, so his A-click didn't do anything.
Yeah.
That third game was pretty awesome.
That was an exciting game.
How much was the Lycan shut down by the Dazzle pick? I feel like the Grave, the Poison ended up didn't do so much, but the Grave and the Weave, especially the plus armor component of the Weave, was, to me, absolutely key. It's not something that shows up on the scoreboard, but...
Yeah, he did a nice job buying the medallion to try and counteract it a little bit, but obviously Weave gives you so much armor that that's not going to be a deal. Now, of course, Shallow Grave is the best non-ultimate skill in Dota, so, I mean, it had a bunch of awesome uses throughout that game. Now, obviously, I actually don't think that Dazzle ended up making quite as big of impact as many of the other heroes, but he could have. I think he had more room to be more effective. I think it was a fine pick. I think they just utilized him a little bit underutilized, I guess.
I guess something that was notable for me, and I'm not sure if you saw this too, Nebula, was the Tinker was just farming all game, and I never felt like he was contributing
anything at all. He didn't use his killing power in the early phases to get any kind of gangs. Obviously, they put him in that bot lane to try and get him some farm, but that bot lane was completely exposed. Like it didn't do him any good. Like if you're gonna put your farm on the bot lane, you're gonna have to protect him, and they just knew that at all. They basically were able to dive him a bunch of times. Mitigate him from getting any BOTs in any kind of efficient fashion to where he could do anything. He spent the whole game trying to catch up, and once he finally caught up, it was too late.
Yeah, everyone at BKBs at that point, plus A.
Exactly. But at that point, I mean, I fired some rockets and 7 people BKB'd, and we just hit each other.
Yeah, and more on that, because I feel like the Dire Squad took really full advantage of the laning. They knew that Tinker and Shaker is going to go on bot. You know that there's a Lycan jungle. We're going to put a tri-lane. The dual lane's going to lose. Lycan's not going to do Jack Squad. Sure, he got, a 6-minute VOTs, but We kept Tinker down so much. One of the really key component of having a successful strategy with Tinker and Lycan is to make both of them such a threat that, okay, now who do we gank? Do we gank the Tinker?
Yeah.
Do we gank the Lycan? Because the other one's farming. Well, if you shut down one already, all you really need to do is now focus on the Lycan. And focus them, they did. They really pushed down mid and warded up. And really, I think Next.KZ, that was a big victory.
Yeah, the only thing that really went Dignitas' way is that Come With Me had a really strong early game with Leshrac, and ultimately, of course, once all the BKBs happened, he was completely just removed from the game almost entirely. So,
yeah, well, I think that's pretty much all we have to say about that game. So looking forward to next week, or not next week, actually this Thursday. There is not going to be a match tomorrow. A lot of teams had to reschedule because there's a LAN happening in Kiev. I believe that's for the Star Series. Whatever LAN it is, we are having some reschedules here and there. So the next match will be not tomorrow, but Thursday at 18 CT. That's going to be between MTW and Infused. So going into this match, let's see here. MTW has been doing pretty well with their new roster. They've definitely been having some turmoil. It seems like they've stabilized. I've been watching them scrim here and there in Cinder and Stream. They seem pretty happy. They seem pretty coordinated, and they're trying a lot of new things. They've been winning the matches they should win, and they've at least been putting their name into the conversation for the top 5 teams. I'm not going to say they're definitely there, but they're up there. They're sort of that next step down from Na'Vi, Dare, CLG. They did lose recently versus M5 in the 4PL Cup, though.
yeah, but M5 is a good team. It's kind of, except occasionally good, even great teams are going to lose. And MTW's turning into a pretty solid team. I do agree. I think they're kind of coming together nicely. Losing against M5 is no slouch. I mean, they got PGG. There's a lot of good players on that team, so that's not too bad. And they're playing against Infused now. Infused, of course, me and Luminous big fanboys of Infused, being friends with Waga. I'm really excited to see Infused play a little bit more. They played against Dare in the first week of the Premier League. Now,
They played well for the first game.
Yeah, unfortunately, they ran into the buzzsaw that is Dare right now. So that didn't go their way. Though they did look good in the first one. I think by the second one, they were maybe a little crushed on the spirits. A little down, so that game wasn't quite as close. But I'm looking forward to seeing them play a team that I think they have a pretty good shot at beating in MTW.
Luminous, your thoughts?
No, I'm just excited to see the two masterminds, Waga versus Cinder, and two known captains going at it to a pick face. Both captains known to go some crazy heroes. Hopefully, I'm hoping to see a non-center pick here and there. Whether it's going to be a Zeus or Axe or whatever else, I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully you guys, the viewers out there, will be looking forward to that as well.
Have they released Templar Assassin or Techies yet, right? No, they haven't done that?
No, they have not.
All right.
Waga's still waiting for that.
No.
I guess I got to pick MTW then.
That being said, though, if Panda's not available for this match, he will certainly be available for the next one, as Thursday is patch day for the non-test servers, for the live client. So we're going to see a new hero Wednesday. I'm guessing Valve has said they want to release they expect to release all but 5 to 10 heroes before the second international, which from what I've read is happening sometime around August. So they're going to have to release a lot of heroes, which means we should definitely be seeing at least one new one every patch. No more weeks with new heroes. So I'm excited for that. If Panda makes it into the pool, I would love to see him get played. If he makes it in this week. So
I'm really excited for the season of the Premier League just because of this. Because we use the newest version, every week the metagame just shifts again. Like this week it's like, oh, now there's a lycanthrope, and everybody's like, oh, we gotta figure out how to use lycanthrope. And add in Pan, and that becomes a whole other deal. So I'm really excited to watch the progression through this whole season. I think it's going to be probably one of the most exciting seasons we're going to have.
Yeah, just on Panda a little bit. Like, he stops a push cold. He ults, and your push is done. So
you just right-click the pandas, man. No problem.
Yeah, didn't you say that was a valid strat? Right-click the fire.
Yeah, I argued about that for like 2 days. How wrong could I have been?
And the thing is, yeah, that is in theory true, but also the Panda Ultimate does have a long cooldown. So it's going to be very interesting to see teams juggling that cooldown, the Ultimate, trying to bait out the Ultimate maybe. So when Panda gets added, I'm going to be a happy boy.
Yeah, and certainly he's very popular in the Chinese scene, so that's one of the many reasons why Luminous loves that hero. The micro is always fascinating to watch. Once he hits level 6, it's devastating. You have to be very careful. So look forward to that, guys. If we don't see him in the next match, we'll certainly see him in the one after that. I think for now that's going to do it. Any closing words, guys, or are we going to wrap up here?
I am done.
All right, guys, that's going to do it. Thanks again for having me here. So me, Luminous, and Nebula signing off, and GG, guys.